There's a house in San Jose that feels alive. Not alive like a home filled with people, alive like a creature that grew, twisted, hid, and swallowed its own secrets. For 38 years, a widow built room after room, staircase after staircase, door after door. Some lead nowhere, some defy gravity, and some, people say, lead to the dead. Tonight, we walk inside. Welcome to the Winchester Mystery House. Sarah Winchester inherited more than a fortune. She inherited guilt, or at least, that's what the stories say. The Winchester rifle built entire empires and ended countless lives. Sarah didn't speak much, but when she did, she spoke softly. People leaned in to hear her, and they heard one haunting belief, that the dead might still be listening. After losing her husband and her infant daughter, Sarah boarded a train westward, carrying trunks of cash and a weight heavier than all of it. She didn't choose San Jose by accident. She chose it because a medium told her to keep building, to never stop. As long as the hammering continued, the spirits would not claim her. Construction began in 1884. Day shift, night shift, no breaks. Laborers joked the house was like a living organism. Whenever you finished one part, another section grew behind you. Sarah didn't draw blueprints. She gave instructions, and the house obeyed. Visitors often gasp the first time they see it. A hallway that stretches 20 feet right into a solid wall. Why would someone design a beautiful Victorian corridor that leads to nothing? Some say Sarah was confusing the spirits, a maze for ghosts who followed her. These staircases, they're strange. Some rise only a few inches at a time, 13 steps that barely reach your knees. Others twist 90 degrees without warning. One staircase rises directly into the ceiling. Sarah claimed she needed them for mobility. But workers whispered something else. She wanted ghosts to lose their way. 13 hooks, 13 windows, 13 drain holes in the sink. Even her will had 13 sections. Was 13 bad luck? For Sarah, it was control. A way to impose pattern on chaos. A way to tell the spirits, I'm the one building this world, not you. The house hides rooms that were sealed the day the 1906 earthquake struck California. Sarah believed the spirits in those rooms were angry with her, so she locked the doors. Not metaphorically, literally. Behind those doors, rooms frozen in time. Furniture toppled, tools left mid-job, a life interrupted and never resumed. Every night at midnight, Sarah entered her private seance room. One entrance, 3 exits. She wore a veil, she carried a candle, and she waited. Witnesses say they heard murmurs, sighs, footsteps behind locked doors. Sarah kept a diary. The pages from midnight to 2 a.m. are ripped out. Why? She told no one. Servants reported shadows moving across the porch. Shadows with no person attached. Doors opened on their own. Candles blew out in rooms without a draft. One caretaker left after seeing a man in 19th century clothing standing in a corner, silently pointing at him. When he blinked, the man was gone. There were places in the mansion where no one but Sarah walked. A second kitchen hidden inside a first. A staircase that connected only 2 tiny rooms. A balcony accessible only from the roof. She built for herself and for someone else. A companion no one saw. By the early 1900s, the house had grown into a labyrinth. 160 rooms, 10,000 windows, 47 fireplaces, 2,000 doors. Why would a single woman build a mansion larger than most hotels? The workers got the same answer every time. Because they want me to. April 18th, 1906. The earthquake tore through San Jose, crushing the top floors of the mansion. Sarah was trapped in one room for hours. When workers freed her, she whispered, "They're angry." And she sealed off entire sections of the house forever. In her later years, Sarah withdrew. She stopped hosting guests, stopped visiting town. Some nights, only one carpenter worked. But the building never truly stopped. She couldn't let it. To her, unfinished walls were protection. Construction was prayer. Noise was survival. On September 4th, 1922, the candle went out. Sarah Winchester died in her sleep at age 83. No séance that night, no footsteps in the hall, and for the first time in 38 years, the house was finally quiet. The moment news spread of her death, the crew put down their tools. Some left nails hammered halfway, some left wood planks still uncut. One carpenter later said, "We were told to stop, so we did." No one has worked on the house the same way since. The mansion reopened as a tourist attraction. Crowds came for curiosity. But many left with something else. Stories of cold spots, footsteps, rooms that felt watched, a presence just behind your shoulder, gone when you turn. The house had lost its master, but not its whispers. Ghost hunters still report unexplained footsteps, female voices in sealed rooms, shadow figures moving across doorways. And the feeling, strongest of all, that the house itself is observing you, not haunting you. Observing. Like an unfinished story waiting for the next chapter. The Winchester Mystery House remains one of America's strangest places. A mansion built not from blueprints, but from fear, grief, superstition, and maybe something else. Stand inside one of its narrow hallways long enough. Feel the stillness, and the air begins to listen. Sarah believed the ghost would find her if she ever stopped building. Maybe she was right. Or maybe, after 38 years of construction, she didn't trap the spirits. Maybe she trapped herself. Whatever the truth is, one thing feels certain. This house isn't done with us yet.